Hello and welcome again to another episode of Mopo, where we discuss matters of personal opinion. It's all Mopo. I'm Rob, sitting here with Dave. You can find us on Twitter at DaveRoach83, at The Scientist, and as always at It's All Mopo. Today we're going to be discussing Preacher Season 1, Episode 5. I mean, there's just like a lot of stuff going on in general.
Yeah, they got a couple
like there was a very full episode.
Yeah, pretty packed episode.
Yeah, I mean, we start off in Ratwater, who we know as the Saint of Killers, is heading into town to get the medicine. He's kind of like waiting in line. Some people are messing with him.
We're basically seeing what I feel is like him. He's like reliving this. Like this is like the second time that we're seeing this. I don't think we're seeing like
it's not. You don't see it as a continuation of the last bit that we saw.
No,
because did he ever make it back in the last bit we saw?
Yeah. And he got back and he saw his dead wife and kid and freaked out or whatever. And then this we're seeing where he goes back, instead of just going straight home, he goes back and tries to help the people, and he gets beat up, and his horse gets shot, so then he has to walk back again. And what I think is he kills himself. Once he goes back.
You're saying that's why the crows fly out the chimney.
Because you see the crows fly out the chimney and such, like a gunshot went off. And I doubt he shot the dead bodies to get the crows off of them. Yeah,
I doubt that. I mean, unless he was going for like a, two birds with one stone type deal for food that night.
So what we're seeing is, I think this is his version of hell. He's reliving the last moments of his life, that regretful decision of him having, going back and trying to help those people who didn't need his help.
Yeah, and he was warranted in thinking, because, I mean, he did just watch,
that other family.
The other family, the wife was getting raped, the husband was murdered, and the kid's just crying, having to watch.
Watching it, so. But, dude, you gotta prioritize. You can't be everybody's hero. Do your family right.
I mean, unless.
I think he couldn't live with the fact that he knew those people were gonna get murdered. So, he had to go back, but. That's something where you gotta, I don't know, because, he was screwed either way. He's too late. Even if everything goes perfectly, he still was too late.
And even if, I don't know, I feel like a lot of time went by before he turned around to, quote-unquote, try to save that family anyway.
He spent too much time in that town from the jump. He should have pulled out his gun to that dude's head. I need that medicine now. Tomorrow is too late.
So when they're saying, you gotta wait, this and that.
And he should have just did what he had to do and got that medicine sooner and left a lot sooner. But,
true.
What I honestly believe is we're seeing him relive these moments over and over again because he killed himself, and God don't like that. And you kill yourself, you go to hell.
Okay. All right. I mean, and that, obviously we don't know that.
That's my Mopo.
Yeah. That's it's a
Mopo.
It's not even Mopo as much as it's just an educated guess.
Yeah, it's a
because
theory.
I mean, we know more of what's going. If to a regular viewer just watching this, they could argue 50-50. It's his own hell. They could be like, oh, well, we're just flashbacking. Oh, they didn't show us everything that happened last time.
Well, you're right. As people who read the comic series from beginning to end, we kind of know a little bit more about this dude.
But from there, we jump to the sheriff and Eugene. Eugene being the sheriff's son, and they're out. They think they hear a noise, and the sheriff ends up sticking up this little yard jockey. And they go back in thinking it was nothing, but it turns out they were out, in the wind, trying to find the noise.
The kids set something up to make a noise outside, so they would go look for it. And when they were outside, they went upstairs to Eugene's room.
And just spray painted all over his room, finished the job.
And left a shotgun there with an arrow to it. And, it is what it is. Because did they say actually what he did yet?
No, but it's getting more and more apparent because we don't not at that particular moment.
Well,
but
no, because we talk about because we'll just it is what it is because it fits with what we're talking about now. Basically, so they go through all that, and the next morning at their house, they're doing their thing, and the sheriff is just about he's at his wit's end, and he freaks out on Eugene. Basically tells him, why don't you go ahead and finish the job. So that makes Eugene, and this happens a little bit later on in the episode.
This is all like the second half of the episode.
He goes to the preacher and asks for help. But we'll get into that later. But it's getting real bad at his house at this point, and it's to the point where he feels he needs to go ask the preacher for some help.
Yeah, for sure. But right after that, they go to Jesse and Emilie. They're like in the diner, and they're just kind of like talking over some semantics. But I think the main point of it was showing the newly vetted interest in the church and preacher himself, and now everybody wants to talk to him, and everybody wants to be a friend. Because such a powerful sermon there, preacher.
Yeah, well, because they saw what he did with Quincannon, somebody who is adamant about not believing in God, and God is fake, and if he can make Quincannon believe, then
he can help us all.
Yeah, he can help anybody, and it's a good thing. It's exactly what he wanted.
Yeah, it worked.
But Emilie knows there's something like not quite right with this.
Yeah, she doesn't like the whole thing.
She doesn't like him being on his own power.
She's like, no, I'm supposed to be helping.
Right, I'm supposed to be the one who.
I don't like Cassidy. I'm your helper.
Mm-hmm.
And then she finds out the hard way with Tulip.
So right, they go from that and they go right up into Tulip and Cassie. He's like, go ahead. We see Cassie laying in bed and she's watching him. He's just, go ahead. So, you got fangs? You explode in the sun? You drink blood? Like, she's giving him like the 20 questions about the vampire.
And he's like, the cross is like, oh, that centuries old symbol of hypocrisy, and that don't do nothing.
But it doesn't hurt me.
But he was like, yo, that sun is no joke.
And he basically tells her the truth, and just basically puts out there like, I'm trying to be down with you. Like,
that's what Cassidy says. Yeah. Cassidy's like, yo, I'm too old for games. Like, I'm in love.
You let me know what I got to do because that's what I'm trying to do. And she's all like, she doesn't know that, and he doesn't know that they both know Jesse.
Yeah, and she doesn't say Jesse.
Yeah. She doesn't say, oh, I got a boyfriend.
He's a preacher. She keeps talking about, oh, my boyfriend's at his job. Like, she's real vague.
Yeah.
About who Jesse is. And I guess that makes sense. You don't want to be loose lips. So
and she basically lets him know that almost her whole life story, where they got screwed over by Carlos. And he kind of puts it to her playing like, hold on, you found this dude, took everything from you, and dude man ain't trying to go get him? Maybe there's something else.
Yeah, maybe he's not the man you thought he was.
So she goes, and while Emilie's getting like all the donations together and stuff at the church, where we assume Jesse lives too, basically, Tulip is sitting there waiting for Jesse, I guess.
Yeah, I assume it's for Jesse.
In the dark corner, you don't even see this chick in the scene at all. But she's there the whole time, and you don't even see her until Emilie goes in the bathroom. So she's in the bathroom, like door open and everything. She don't think nobody's there, and this chick just like Jason Voorhees, like creeps out of the shadows, like, where is he? Or whatever.
She gave him up quick.
Yeah, well, she stopped peeing and everything, like.
She's like, oop!
And then as soon as Tulip walks away, she starts peeing again. Like, I thought that was pretty funny.
That was pretty wild, though. I mean, scared the piss out of her.
So, like, Tulip takes that ammo and goes back and, she does some nastiness with Cassidy, I guess, trying to get revenge.
Well, I mean, that's like at the very end, so we'll talk about that in a little bit, yeah, because I'm kind of curious as to how that fits in, too. Like, what, you want to talk about it right now?
Yeah, might as well, I mean...
Well, yeah, this, too. But, yeah, so I guess, you know, we see Tulip suiting up to rob a place, like a pharmacy.
Oh, okay, well, no, because, right. We get into that, because from there, they go into the mayor and Quinn Cannon having this meeting where... Oh, hold on, is that where he's laying in bed?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so, yeah. You didn't see Donnie in the last episode because you talk about he's been calling out of work.
Yeah,
because he's just, he's the town bully and he got his, got a licking or whatever and he can't deal with it. But more so, I don't think he can handle the fact that Preacher has this power that he doesn't understand. He's basically like a puppet.
Yeah, he's definitely having some issues dealing with that whole situation. And his wife isn't helping him either. She's all like, listen, if you don't get out of bed, I'm going to start fucking dudes in the bathroom. And it's like,
she
what?
wants her mean, bully husband or whatever that, bitches like or whatever. So that he's still obviously all fucked up in the game. But he actually does go back to work.
Yeah, he does eventually go back.
They got the Angel's still sitting there.
Still haven't answered this phone. Is still ringing.
Like, you got to be a real stupid.
Like, what are you going to say? What should we say?
This phone ring for days now, at least the whole day.
Yeah, at least the whole day.
You've been letting this phone ring. You think who's ever on the other line isn't thinking, like, I'm going to kill this dude? Or, like...
Oh, they must just be out to brunch.
Yeah, it's okay. Name you one time, Mopo this or whatever, you tell us, you ever called somebody and they didn't answer, and you kept calling them back or whatever... And they didn't answer, and you weren't mad at that.
Yo, super mad.
So, like, yeah, the people up in heaven or whatever, they're going to be mad at you. And you just sitting there, not answering the phone. It's pretty...
Just nonchalantly going over and rehearsing dialogue and stuff.
To say. Yeah.
And then we go to, like, Quinn Cannon. He's acting all real nice and apologetic to the mayor.
Yeah, and that's when he got Donnie over on the side. And that's where they got
Donnie in the corner, where he starts really fermenting, like, whoa.
He's like, hold on.
Quinn Cannon, you went to church.
You saw a preacher.
And you went to Jesse Custard's church.
And he gets freaked out. What did he say to you?
Yeah. What did he say to you? He's just like, well, he told me to serve God, Donnie.
And I will, if that's all right with you.
And then he just kind of like backed off because he's confused.
Yeah, and like the look on Donnie's face is like he's losing his mind.
Oh yeah,
they focus on him for a good like 15 seconds, and like you just see him snapping like in his eyes, like he's not having a good time.
Yeah, and he later tells his wife about
what Preacher did.
Yeah, what Preacher did to him, and like the power and stuff like that, and she's. It seems like she's trying to be supportive, but at the same time, she's like, "You're supposed to be the man."
Yeah.
Like, giving him like that old, like what our dad would do. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like kind of just brushing it off. You'll be fine.
It's funny because like you brought up earlier, she said the one thing that would make him snap or whatever. He's like, "Don't go fucking do it, man."
Yeah, right? She's like, "I won't."
But really,
who knows? I mean, it might just be a mind game for her, just to kind of like try to snap him out of it.
Right.
But so after
that
sheriff snaps on Eugene,
that leads us up to
we jump into Eugene asking Preacher like, "Yo,
so
like
Preacher's feeling high and mighty right now." Real like the
because he gets pulled aside from inside the diner. He's got everybody all up his ass.
Everybody's all like. Like, oh, I love you, help me. Sucking up. He's helping the people.
He's using the word on a lot of people.
He's using the word for sure.
Like, he's using it like it's the answer.
Waitress comes over and is like, "Oh, there's this thing out there wants to talk to you." And I'm thinking Cassidy.
Yeah.
But then she talks about Eugene out there, like, treating him real bad. Like, telling, people here, we don't want,
keep him away from the windows
and whatnot. And he tells Preacher, he needs to help his dad because, like, is obviously suffering because what Eugene did.
Yeah, he's kind of the... he's taken a hit for something he didn't do.
Right.
And because he wants to be the good father, but...
Preacher has in his mind that he's going to go over and...
He just brings Eugene straight to that girl Tracy's house.
To the girl Tracy's house where we've been hearing Eugene stay away from that. And the mom sees this boy in Preacher's truck and takes a baseball bat to his truck and smashes out
Preacher's windows, his side mirrors.
Just tearing up his truck. And Preacher's like, drop the bat. She drops the bat. This lady picks something else up. Like, all right, well, you told me to drop the bat, not this. Preacher got to use the word back away from the truck.
Yeah, and she's like...
Still chomping at the bit, even though I can't get to the truck.
I almost felt like she was a zombie being held back by a collar or something. Like, she was so rabid trying to go after him.
And she's like, I'll kill you, you murderer, you murderer. Thinking he had something to do with the girl.
You have to assume...
But, like, the girl's not dead, lady, so what are you calling him a murderer for? Because that girl,
murdered the life she could have had?
Call it what you want, but her eyes are open.
Yeah,
So she's not legally dead, is what I'm saying. You can't call that kid a murderer yet, until that girl legally dies. If that's what happened, or whatever, if that's what he did, or whatever. But he had something to do with...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to find that out the next episode.
Because the way this lady's freaking out on this boy...
bugging.
And Preacher uses the word and makes her forgive this boy in front of basically the whole neighborhood. She hugs this kid. And her two sons are sitting there like, oh, shit. The whole neighborhood is like, once again, Preacher doing good in a backwards kind of way.
Yeah, like what's going to go through her head? Like, if Donnie's going through what Donnie's going through right now, what the hell's going on with her? She's probably like, I just hugged a man who, I hate.
But she forgave him, so all that hatred's gone.
Yeah, but is it though?
If you forgive somebody, it's done. If you truly forgive somebody, and he made her forgive that.
That's crazy.
Kid. But
like that kind of blew me away. I'm like, oh.
And Eugene is a lot like Emilie, where he's like, yeah, there's something. This ain't right, Preacher.
Yeah, because he even kind of confronts Preacher about it, and Preacher's just like, oh, just tell your dad.
Your dad don't gotta worry about you no more.
It's like, what?
It's just like, wow.
Yeah, but, so that definitely was very interesting.
And then, so what, does that go into Tulip and Cassidy?
Like, she's putting the robber mask on, and she's walking into the distance with a gun.
Some medicine, or whatever, drugs, to give to Cassidy so he'll bone her? Like,
well, that's what I don't understand. Like, she passes him the pills and he's all like, oh, thanks. And it's like, so what are we, going steady? And she's like, no, better, we're in love. And it cuts right to them fucking in the back of the car.
Her expression,
well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, she's not
into it.
And that's what I mean. So, I mean, it's not like an Emilie situation where she needs some, so she's just like, whatever, I'll take it where I can get it. Tulip doesn't look like she's enjoying it at all, so I doubt it's a take it where I can get it thing.
To hurt Jesse.
Not knowing that Cassidy and Jesse know each other.
I fucked some random dude. Like, you fucking some random
Jesse doesn't even know.
Yeah,
it's something that she's going to, keep in her back pocket until Jesse says something. It's like, oh yeah, I fucked this dude.
I think maybe initially, but then, they're going to find each other out. And
then that's going to be awkward.
And then, if she has the opportunity to keep that from Jesse, I think she will. Like, she'll just not even bring it up.
Okay.
Just not even bring it up.
It's kind of like initially it was a revenge thing,
but it turns into that's just a mistake.
It just ends up being more than she knew was going on.
Yeah, like she didn't know the.
And I mean, how many times can you say you fucked a vampire?
Yeah, true enough.
We cut to Angel's finally going to answer the phone after the rest of the day.
Yeah, who knows how long they've been on this phone ring for, off the hook.
Like all night, all morning, all afternoon, all night again, and it stops ringing the second they touch it.
All right, I'm ready. Blink.
Yeah,
and just stops ringing. Like, you effed up bad.
And they hightail it to the diner where Jesse is.
They probably hightail it to the police
Oh, that's right, because the sheriff walks
and
him in.
you're gonna help us find this preacher. We need the preacher. And he probably don't think nothing of it because he thinks they're government officials.
Yeah.
All right, well, preacher, they need to talk to you.
And it's funny too because they sit down and it's like, we gave you the money for your Black Betty and your horse chasing, and and
he's
like, we told you time to time and time again. And Jesse's like, I've never met y'all.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like, we talked to your best mate. That guy. He got you.
He basically got robbed.
And they just start going like, yeah, we're angels. They don't say we're angels. They just say they are from
heaven.
What division of the government are you from? Heaven. And it's just kind of him asking questions.
Yeah,
and
they
them
kind
being
of leave
like,
that open-ended or whatever.
Yes, and then they just kind of cut right back to Quincannon. And he's in the office with the mayor, meeting with the new company, heads of that company.
Right, that they were talking about last week, the last episode 3 and 4. Basically, this company wants to come in and, there's money to be made.
Yeah.
Let's make money or whatever, but Quincannon, he kind of runs this town, and he wants all the money for himself.
You kind of hear him talking, like, when back earlier when he was talking to the mayor and he was all apologetic, he's like, yeah, I need to help this town become better like it was and all this other stuff. So
he basically comes in like
he'd like
business, like, stay way down, get you some brandy or whatever, and
there's a dude in the bathroom, and they're like, oh, should we wait? And then he's like, nah, we don't have to wait.
It's up to you, man. Or Mr. Quincannon.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, let's just get right into this. And he proceeded to riot gun, shotgun blast all 3 of the people from the other company.
And this guy walks in all like, sorry I'm late. Did you not just hear 3 shotguns? That wasn't a buckshot. That shit was slugs. Like, there was just holes in chests.
Semi-automatic riot gun, RoboCop 2 style, like,
yeah.
Boom.
How are you not hearing this? Like, is the bathroom in a soundproof booth somewhere? Like, you did not just walk into this office after you heard that shit.
And he got his chest blown out.
Right in the doorway.
Quincannon looks out and says, yep, and just goes about his business.
Like, good day's work right there.
Serving God.
Like, what God does he pray to?
And I believe that's...
Yeah, it just kind of closes out from that. Like, the mayor just sitting there stunned. And Quincannon walking away.
Bitch boy mayor ain't doing a goddamn thing about nothing.
Oh, yeah.
He's not even telling on him.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I pissed in your briefcase. Oh, I needed a new briefcase anyway.
Come on, boy.
Okay.
So, like I said last time, these episodes are really flying along. They're getting crazier and crazier.
Which, is expected with Preacher if you're familiar.
Yeah, hey, and it's only going to get even more crazier from here.
I feel like they kind of got to set the bar because they're they eventually have to go way off the deep end. So
yeah,
they need to keep coming.
This is almost nothing compared to what you're going to see.
Not even the tip of the iceberg.
But yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up from here.
Let us know what you think. Share us on YouTube. That's really all we are right now.
Like, share, comment,
subscribe. And how are you liking these episodes? Do you like how they're cutting it all up? Do you like the progression of each character? You feel it's like
you're a Mopo
balanced pretty well?
I think, yeah. We'll see.
Well, thank you.